The 1943 steel penny is known for its historical role during the Second World War. Many collectors and enthusiasts would love to have this coin in their collection as a memento of the time when copper coins were replaced with steel ones. If you take a closer look at the Numismatic Guarantee Company's price guide, the 1943 steel penny, also known as a wheat penny, due to the wheat on its reverse side and circulated condition, is worth from 5 cents to 90 cents. However, if you check the open trading, the 1943 steel penny value, in uncirculated condition, is around $3,200. Do not confuse the 1943 steel penny value with the 1943 copper penny value because there is an enormous price difference. The heritage auction record for the 1943 copper penny is a staggering amount of $218,500. Do not get discouraged if you own a steel version of the 1943 penny because it may be worth a lot, especially in mint state, like the 1943 steel penny sold for an amazing sum of $138,000 in 2004. 1943 steel penny striking features. One of the striking features of the 1943 steel penny was the use of fairly new dies. The dies for the 1943 steel penny, unlike the prior Lincoln cent dies, were changed much faster due to the hardness of the steel penny planchets. And that's not all. Besides the dies change, the 1943 steel penny is known for the following striking features: minimized striking point between the front, obverse, and the back, reverse, dies to achieve a better strike and sharper surfaces, increased striking pressure to produce the finest coin design features. Because of these striking features, there are more 1943 steel, wheat, pennies in good condition, MS-68 or higher, than any other steel penny between 1909 and 1959. Almost every 1943 steel penny has an MS-65 grade or higher. One of the rarest is the one minted in Philadelphia in MS-68 condition or higher, only 75 samples. Another rare 1943 steel penny is the one in MS-69 condition. For example, the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, hasn't graded one sample with an MS-69 grade since 2010. Errors affecting the value of 1943 steel penny. We have already established that the value of the 1943 steel penny can only be assessed by taking into consideration different factors. Besides the common factors like mintage, mint marks, and grading, there are also production errors affecting the value of the 1943 steel penny. Errors raise the value of the coin because they add to their uniqueness and rarity. So, if you have a 1943 steel penny with the following errors, you own a rare coin that is worth a lot more than an average steel penny. Double die obverse, DDO, error. The 1943 steel penny with a double die obverse error is quite valuable. Collectors would love to have this coin in possession because of its double strike that can be seen on the lettering and year mark. This error was made in the Philadelphia Mint by the artisans right after a regular strike. If you have a 1943 steel penny with such an error, you are in luck and you are about to earn a lot, especially if the one you have is uncirculated. As proof of their rarity, PCGS has graded 2 MS-67 plus steel pennies. When it comes to the value of the 1943 steel penny with a DDO error, one graded AU details was sold on eBay for $5,999 in May 2019, while another in MS-67 condition for $2,150 a year later. Wrong coating. Every 1943 steel penny has a zinc coating. One 1943 steel penny that was sold for an amazing sum of $1 million was coated with bronze by an artisan's error. Because this was one-of-a-kind error and one-of-a-kind coin in great condition, it managed to reach such a high price. D over D error. Another interesting error occurred at the Denver Mint on the 1943 D steel pennies. If you use a magnifying glass, you will see the punching error on the D mint mark on these 1943 steel coins. According to the Coin World, such a coin in an MS-67 condition was sold for $10,200. S over S error. There is an error on the 1943 S steel penny at the S mint mark. The artisan's S over S error at the San Francisco Mint will earn you a huge amount of money. We tier it as a D over D error or S over S error. We are talking about an error in repunched mint mark. Usually, you can see a second or even a third strike on a slightly different spot, as well as traces of the previous S or D mint mark. Price-wise, a 1943 steel penny with a repunched mint mark, RPM, in an MS-67 condition was sold for $21,275 in February 2011, and another in an MS-67 Plus condition was sold for $12,600 in August 2022. Overdate error. Besides the S over S error, also known as repunched mint mark, the 1943 steel penny struck in San Francisco coin has a double die obverse and an overdate, 1943 over 1942 error. In the 1943 steel penny overdate error, you can see number 2 peeking below number 3, and if you happen to own a coin that combines both errors, that will noticeably raise the value of your coin. For example, in October 2022, a 1943 steel penny in MS-67 condition was auctioned for $10,000 on eBay. However, if you are looking for a more realistic value estimation, you can check PCGS prices. For the 5 coins in MS-67 Plus condition that this grading service has graded, the estimated value is $2,150. According to the Paris Island Museum, you should also be aware of these additional 1943 steel penny errors. Wrong planchets. There are 3 types of errors regarding the use of a wrong planchet. The first one was when a 1943 steel penny was struck on a planchet intended for the 1944 or 1946 pennies. It was an experimental brass planchet created from recovered shell casings from the battlefield. Such a coin in MS-63 RD condition was auctioned for $164,500. The second one was when a 1943 steel penny was stuck on a copper, bronze planchet intended for the 1942 copper, bronze pennies. Such a coin in genuine damaged condition was auctioned for $88,125. The third error regarding a wrong planchet was when the coin was stuck on a silver planchet intended for a dime. The price of a coin barring this kind of error, graded $532 Australian dollars, was $14,100. Double denomination. This error occurred when a 1943 steel penny was overstruck on a Cuban 1 centavo coin that already passed the coin press. Such coin sample in MS-62 condition was auctioned for a price of $38,200. Double struck, 80% off center. A 1943 steel penny that was struck again exiting the coin press bears the double struck error. What is even more unique, the second strike was 80% off-center, deforming the coin. A 1943 steel penny with a double struck error in MS-64 condition was auctioned for a price of $1,760. Obverse die cap. This error concerns a 1943 steel penny previously struck onto the obverse die that covered the coin below, obscuring its design. A coin with an obverse die cap error in MS-64 condition was sold for $2,185. Some of the 1943 steel penny errors are obvious, but some are hard to notice, and most of the time you can't see them with the naked eye. So, if you want to make the most of the steel penny in your possession, use this information, and make a thorough check with a magnifying glass before you put your 1943 steel penny on the market. Most valuable 1943 steel pennies. As we mentioned in the introduction, the record for the most valuable 1943 steel penny goes to the 1943 SMS steel penny, sold for an impressive sum of $138,000. Besides this valuable and rare coin, we have created a table of the most valuable 1943 steel pennies sold at auctions in the last 5 years. Check the information in our table to make a comparison of prices and understand the real value of the 1943 steel penny in your possession. The value of the 1943 steel penny varies and is closely related to the coin's grade, condition, specific details, striking features, different and unique planchets, and rarity. Also, the value depends on the coin's mint mark and mintage. For example, the 1943 steel penny without a mint mark has the lowest value because there are many samples of the coin struck in the Philadelphia Mint. Denver Mint produced fewer 1943 de-steeled coins, which are more valuable than the ones without mint mark. Because of the low mintage, the 1943 steel pennies in good condition coming from the San Francisco Mint have the highest value.